The April 2019 main test is a Kenworth T610SAR 6x4 tractor owned and operated by Erlenberg haulage from Eltham. If you're going to talk trucking Kiwiana, it doesn't come any more connected to the Taranaki than Erlenberg Green. The latest addition to the famous fleet sticks with a brand whose roots in the company resonate all the way back to the beginning of the 1970s. And like any Bridge Street beast, it's a beautiful work-life mix. Trucking starts when trucking starts, and with this in mind we meet driver Craig Kelly at 2 a.m. on a clear Taranaki morning at the Eltham yard. Windscreen washed, pre-trip checks completed, and the second container on board that is on with the brilliant LED headlights, and Craig points the rake nose of the T610SAR north, towards our destination, Sulphur Point, the port of Tauranga. Hailing from Stratford, Craig's early years growing up in New Zealand, and more recently 2 decades by the billabongs of Australia, have resulted in someone with the wisdom of a Aotearoa and the sense of humour as dry as the sole of a goanna's foot. The perfect pilot, with a vast array of Australasian driving experience to draw upon over the next 2 days as we road test this, the latest short hood Australian right-hand drive offering from the team at Bayswater. From the early beginnings, Mike Uhlenberg's strategy for sorting out the northbound topography was displacement and horsepower, and plenty of both. And our test truck, the new Fleet No. 1, is no exception to this. Hiding up front is the Cummins Euro 5 15-litre X15, rated at 459 kilowatts, 615 horsepower. Made it up to this is the Eaton Ultra Shift Plus 18-speed AMT, featuring all the ADEP smarts. The 30-truck Uhlenberg fleet is a 50-50 split between automated manual and fully manual gearboxes. I can be a traditionalist, but it's a case of future-proofing the fleet in terms of post-life value and driver pull. Autos are more expensive to buy and maintain, but most of the guys like them, although when you ask, probably half of them drive them in manual, said Darryl Uhlenberg. At the start of the climb into Mount Messenger, the big red block under the sloping hood started to growl, and it was immediately apparent where Craig wanted the X15 to do its work, keeping the big Cummins in the top half of the performance curve. At these weights on this hill, you just can't let it lose rev, said Craig, as the Kenworth approached the notorious Sisters. The truck wound its way up the hill, veering left and then right, and approaching the hardest climbing left-hander of the 3 corners, Craig manually dropped a couple of gears, holding the revs at 1800. When the Kenworth found one box at 45 degrees to the line of the tractor and the other at 90, for a split second it felt like someone had thrown a mooring chain on the back as revs plummeted and speed washed off. However, the motor quickly said enough was enough, and as torque joined in, the rearward facing inertia was overcome with a deep rumble, and around the bend the combination went. At this moment we asked ourselves, why would you want to stay tucked up and sleep in when you can have a front row seat to this performance? Run north to Sulphur Point sees the combination running at 53 tonne all up. Bearing that burden is a spectacular purpose-built, bright orange TMC trailers 6-axle skeletal B-train set, complementing the front end beautifully in both looks and finish. The unit is built to cart 2 20-foot laden containers under a 54-tonne HPMV permit, with the versatility to bring home combinations of empty 40 and 20-footers. Nestled between the rails on the front unit is a genset for powering of reefer units during transit, and the whole rig runs on raw disc braked axles and CS9 air suspension sets with Wabco EBS and smartboard fitted as well. Stepping up into the SAR, we are instantly reacquainted with all we liked about the T610 we tested in the Aotearoa bulk haulage truck in September last year. The relaxed position and physical relationship between the driver and their place of work, as well as the visibility both out the front and left and right courtesy of car-like A-pillars, complemented by low unobtrusive mirrors and air cleaners. As for the noise levels, not too much and not too quiet as well, but most of all, the outstanding job Kenworth have done in retaining the Kenworthiness feel in the sleek new 610 cab. From deep button robust vinyl interior panels, through to the wood grain detail of the dashboard surrounding a modern operational metrics instrument cluster, and all while exuding an old school feel with splashes of chrome circling analogue gauges. No shortage of critical information available at a quick glance. So there it is, a company with a long bug history, and one that runs on not just commercial acumen, but also bucket loads of passion. Kenworth's latest SAR derivative appears to hold that tradition, built for a heavy repetitious run on a tortuous track. Early reports are looking promising for the new variant of the mighty SAR. The rest is now over to reputation built on longevity, as earned by its ancestors. Get the full story on this Taranaki-based green machine in the April 2019 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine. Have a fantastic month and travel safe.